It is finally here. L'ora, la partita della verità. Napoli-Milan, the return leg for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Who will move on to the next round? Much has been said this week about this game. Everybody, and I mean everybody except the Milan fans, disregarding completely the Rossoneri. They all think Napoli is going to win this game hand down. We heard it from Cassano, who said after the first game that if Osimhen was there, they wouldn't even have had to play the return leg. That if Magnan was on the other side, it would have been different. Well, thanks a lot, genius, but Magnan is not on the other side, he's on our side. Then we have Zazzaroni today saying that 70% of a good Napoli could beat this Milan team any day of the week. Zazzaroni is a renowned journalist in Italy. And then we have the genius of Juan Jesus. Juan Jesus, guys, is set to replace Kim in defense, because let's not forget that this game, Napoli will play without Anguissa and without Kim. Yes, they're gaining an Osimhen, but they're losing two very important players for this team. And so the genius that Juan Jesus says today said that he remembers when he was at Roma and they had to come back against Barcelona, that back then it was a lot harder because he had to play against the Messis and the Iniestas, and Milan doesn't have that he's been in harder games than this Milan game, and that they have 20 points over Milan in Serie A. So what are we talking about? Well, we're talking the fact that Milan won the last two encounters against Napoli. They beat them 1-0 at San Siro, and they beat them 4-0 at the Diego Armando Maradona. And so, not to take lightly Milan, obviously all the Milan fans, including myself, hope, wish, and think they're going to move on to the semifinals. All the Napoli fans thought that Milan was going to be an easy prey. It hasn't been the case so far. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, with Osimhen, the game is going to change because Osimhen is a very good striker. He can definitely stretch out the defense. They can play the long ball over the defense. He's a quick-paced attacker. So it's going to change the dynamics, no doubt about it. But the fact that they're missing Anguissa, the fact that they're missing Kim, and please don't tell me Juan Jesus has won the trophies of El Cazzo in his career, because he hasn't won anything. And so Juan Jesus has been a sub his entire career except at Roma. So before he comes out with these incredible allegations and declarations, if I were Pioli, I would put his entire interview on the board tomorrow and say, this is what they think of us. Let's go show him. And I hope Leao and Diaz attack him every single time, because he is going to be the weak point of that defense. Mark my words, he is going to be the weak point of that defense. I hope they attack him continuously. Then we saw this week the Napoli fans, not the real Napoli fans, the idiots, completely making horrible remarks at Theo and his family, his son, wishing him the worst that you can wish a person. We saw the fans in front of the Milan hotel tonight making a disaster outside, making sure Milan wouldn't have the best night's sleep. And the fans in front of the hotel, that's all fine and dandy. You're in their city. They're trying to advantage your team, but that's fine. Listen, it's going to be a hard game. I don't say that Milan's going to win this game easily. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that Milan can come out with a very good win. I don't want this Champions League season to finish. They're having an incredible season in the Champions League, not in Serie A. Obviously, Serie A has been up and down, and mostly down since January. But if they move on to the semifinals, it can give another dimension to this season. Obviously, Napoli having a dream season in Serie A, winning probably their third Scudetto in their history. And so moving on to the Champions League would mean a lot to them as well. And, of course, the two last defeats, they're going to want to prove to everybody that they were just flukes, that Milan didn't deserve those victories. And we heard all kinds of stupidities this week, honestly, that... anyways, all of it. We heard all of it against Milan this week. So let's see what happens. I hope Milan wins tomorrow. Forza Milan, forza, lotta e vincerai. Non ti lasceremo mai. Guys, let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm very excited. Not sure if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight, but I am excited. Let me know what you think.